Okay, then it's fine. Manahil, I'm just going to now start sharing my screen. So in today's lesson, we will definitely be doing some more complicated problems. So just make sure, Manahil, that you do not allow me to continue without you and understanding. So now let's see. Can you clearly hear me when I speak, Manahil?
Yes, ma'am. Sir.
Okay, then it's fine. So let's see. I've got some questions which I would like for us to have a look at. Maybe just as a warm-up, Manahil, let's say on this, it's number 4, where they say x to the 6, and then we have 3. So let's see, Manahil, very quickly, how would you work it out?
We're going to be saying x to the power of 6 plus 3.
6 plus 3, you say. Okay, next step.
That will give us x to the power of 9.
X to the power of 9. Okay. Let us quickly, on this side, do the correction. So remember, Manahil, in terms of the laws, you will have to apply them accordingly. Maybe let me just write a list of those laws. Then we will check which law could be applicable. Maybe let's start with law 1. Because what happens is you won't be given these laws in an exam. So you will be expected to know all the laws and be able to apply all of them. So that's why I wanted to start with that as a warm-up. I do know very well that you know these laws, you know how to work it out. It's just a matter of reminding each other. So now let's talk about law 2. Law 2, it says if you have a to the m over a to the n, this should be equals to a to the m, where you minus n. And then maybe let's talk about law 3. Law 3, this is where you have a to the that, and then that, it says you will just say m times n. And then maybe let's go to the last law, being law 4. So Manahil, we will have to make sure that we master this topic. Trust me, honorable member, with you mastering this topic, it will make your life very, very much easier. Very, very much easier. So we are forced to do it until we master it, because you solve one problem, it solves many of your problems. So now let's see. When you look at these laws, Manahil, which law do you think is close to looking like this problem in terms of the structure? Do you think it's law 1, law 2, law 3, or law 4? Which law?
It's law 4.
Law 4. Okay. So law 4, how does it work? Or how are you supposed to apply law 4 on that question?
Do we say so we just put the n, the exponent, until the value inside the brackets.
Okay, maybe let me work it out. Let me work it out and apply the law. So can you see that law 3, Manahil? It looks like it's law 3. What do you think? Because this is where we have x, and then the exponent is 6. We just multiply it by the outside exponent, which is 3. Then we end up having is it 18? Then it's x to the exponent of 18. Can you see a Manahil?
Yes, sir.
Makes sense now.
Yes, sir.
100%. So let us now look at another example where you can have x, y, we close, we have that. Okay, what about this one, Manahil? How would you work it out?
The answer of this will be x to the power of 5 and y to the power of 5.
X to the power of that and that to the power of that. Yes, because you multiplied by those invisible one. I am 100% in agreement with you on that one. Maybe let's go back to this one on the hill and then say that and then that. Okay. This one, how would you work it out?
We would say 2 x x to the power of 2 plus 8.
Okay, which will be?
Which will give us x to the power of 10.
X to the power of 10, 100%. Okay, maybe very quickly, another warm-up question. What if we have that Manahil? How would you work it out?
The first step is that you'll say x to the power of 10 minus 4, which gives us x to the power of 6.
Yes, so that and that, and then that and that. Okay, 100%. So now another warm-up question. Let's see if you manage to work it out. We have a over a to the 17, a 27 there. Yes. How would you work out this one, Manahil? It's a to the 17 and then a to the 27.
The first step you're going to do is you are going to say a to the power of 17 minus 27.
A to the power of that and that. Okay. Next step.
And that gives us 8 to the power of negative 10.
Negative 10. Okay. Is it done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you must always write it as a positive exponent. You can do it in two ways. Let me give you two ways to work it out. So we have a 17, we have a 27. So how you can work it out, Manahil, it is how you've done it where you say a to the exponent 17 minus 27, which gives you a to the exponent negative 10. Then there is invisible one there that you leave at the top, and then you rewrite it as a positive exponent there at the bottom as a denominator. Does it make sense, Manahil?
Yes, sir.
Another way you can do it, it is where you say, obviously you have that invisible one, then you will do it at the bottom. Why? Because this is where you have a bigger exponent. And then from there you have 1 over a to the exponent of 10. Then it's done. I'm not sure which method will work for you, Manahil, but at the end of the day, you must just have your exponent as a positive exponent.
Yes, sir.
Which method between A and B do you think will be easier for you?
I think it's going to be easy if I wrote with A.
A, because you're used to A, nah. Okay, then it's fine. You can still go with a method A, whichever one that works for you. It is fine, Manahil. Let me quickly insert some more blank pages there. Insert. Okay, then it's fine. Let's check. Okay, maybe let's move on to another example. If you have negative 4, x to the 3, y to the 9, and then this is multiplying negative 5, x, y squared. Okay, let's see, Manahil. How would you then work it out?
We are first going to say, we're going to say negative 4 x to the power of 3 minus minus the negative 5 x to the power of 1.
Like this.
Yes. And
so here, what is it? Is it a minus or is it times negative 5? How do I write it?
times negative 5.
Yes, times negative 5. Okay, continue.
And you write y to the power of 9 minus plus 2.
Plus 2, plus 2 like that.
No, y to the power of 2.
Y to the power of 2.
Yes.
Okay, next step.
And that is going to give you it's going to give you positive 20 x to the power of 2 and y y to the power of 11.
Y to the power of 11. Okay.
And the 20x to the power of 2 is not going to be 2. It's going to be to the power of 4. A minus.
Yes. Wait, you mentioned a minus. What did you say there, Manahil? Is it like this or is there somewhere we have a minus?
No, sir.
Okay. No, then it's fine. This is 100% correct. So now let's look at another warm-up example. Looks like we are getting somewhere, Manahil. -7, we have PQ. The Q is to the 5, and then we square that. Okay, now let's see, Manahil. What's happening there?
So we are first going to do we are going to write we're going to times the 5 the 5 by 2, and we're going to write it on top of P and Q.
Okay, wait, what am I writing? So remember, you can quickly work it out on your side and then let me know what to write, just so that you avoid making some minor mistakes. So you can firstly work it out, then let me know what to write. Are you still working on it there, Manahil?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine.
Sir, I think I got the answer.
Okay, what am I writing first step?
So you basically you first write opening brackets, and then you write the -7 closed brackets to the power of 2
Mm-hmm.
times p to the power of 2
Mm-hmm.
times q to the power of no open brackets q to the power of 5 close brackets to the power of 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives you so a -7 to the power of 2 equals 49 um times p to the power of 2 times q to the power of 10, and that gives you 49 p to the power of 2 and q to the power of 10.
100%. I'm very much impressed, Manahil. It does seem like you do pay attention and you don't easily forget, because what most of the honorable members forget, not only in grade 8, but even in grade 12, there's someone who forgets that this being the coefficient, you put it inside the brackets. What they do, Manahil, is to say -7 squared. And then they punch it on a calculator and it gives them -49, not knowing that this has to be inside the brackets. So that is the reason why, Manahil, I am saying I'm very much happy. It does shows that you do pay attention to what you have been taught. Okay, so now let's see. Let's have a look at this one. This is number 8, where you have, let's say that. And then let's say that. Okay, how about this one, Manahil?
Sir, do we first work out the brackets and then the rest?
Yeah, so in mathematics, you always start with the brackets. Where there are brackets, it's where you start. Did you get it, Manahil?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. In the meantime, I'll be copying some more problems, so you can just continue with that one.
Sir, I think I worked it out.
Okay, let's quickly check. What did you do?
I first work out the brackets. So open brackets 3x to the power of 3, close brackets to the power of 0 will always give you a 1.
So that means I'm writing these as it is, as you are now dealing with that one. So you say open brackets 3 to the 0, and then x and 3 times 0, 0. Is this what you said, Manahil?
So the next step I wrote times 1 because when you times 0 to the power of anything, it's going to always give you a 1.
Okay, so what am I writing?
So you are going, instead of the brackets, if for the next step, I wrote times 1.
So am I right? Okay, so I want to know, what am I writing now? Do I write times 1?
Yes.
And then what is the final answer?
The final answer is 3x to the power of 2 and y to the power of 0 times 1.
Yes, that's what I wanted to write, Manahil. So you just say it exactly as it should be, times 1. Okay, is this the final answer?
Yes.
Okay, so you just need to remember that even this gives you 1. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, so that means you have 3x squared multiplying by 1 from y squared, you still have that 1. So those ones, they multiply the coefficient. So it's like you have 3 times that 1 times that 1 times x squared. This times that, it gives you 3x squared. And that is the end of it. So you were correct in what you were doing. It was just incomplete. Makes sense, Manahil.
Yes, sir.
Good, goodest. So now, here is another one where that is multiplying that. There you go. Here's another one, Manahil. Very quickly. Write it down and work it out. I want to write some more problems. Let's see. For now, you are only doing number 10. No, number 9.
Sir, must I do number 9?
Yes, only number 9. I'm just writing more problems that we are going to do. Okay, you will let me know when you are done, Manahil.
Sir, I'm done.
Okay, let's see. How did you work it out?
So first I worked out the brackets and
Uh,
I first wrote negative b to the power of 2 times ab to the power of 3 times b to the power of 6.
Okay, so you say negative b squared times a to the power of
ab to the power of 3
ab to the power of 3.
and times b to the power of 6.
Wait, and no, let's start afresh, Manahil. Let's start afresh. I did notice that there's something that you forgot to mention. Let's start afresh, Manahil. So what am I writing?
You're writing negative b to the power of
Mhm,
2
mhm.
times times a um b to the power of 3 times um
You
b to the
say
power of 6
A, B, and
to the power of 3
to the power of 3. Okay.
times b6.
Times B, 6. Okay.
And so I after that I wrote a um ab to the power of 3 plus b to the power of 2 negative b to the power of 3 2 times b to the power of 6
Mm,
and
no. We will need to start afresh, Manahil. Remember, so you shouldn't mention something by mistake. If you mention by mistake, you have to let me know. So everything that you say, I'm writing, Manahil. Let's start.
so after that I wrote AB to the power of 3
AB to the power of 3, okay.
times B to the power of 2.
Times B to the power of 2, okay.
And I wrote B to the power of 6.
Okay, next step.
And I added the exponents and I got AB to the power of 11.
11. Okay, then it's fine. There's definitely a mistake somewhere in the beginning. Manahil. I'm just curious to know what happened to that 2, Manahil. Where did that 2 go, or what happened to it?
You're supposed to times it.
Yeah, so that means this question, it's a combination of laws, just like you did there. You said 2 times 3. That's where you got that 6, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so you also had to apply that same law, but it's fine. Let's quickly redo it. So these questions are a bit more complex, Manahil. Don't be discouraged when you get them wrong. You are supposed to get them wrong so that you will notice your mistakes. So let's check. We said we start where there are brackets, isn't it? So that means we have negative b squared times. So the law says you have how many bases inside the brackets? 2 different bases. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Then you will multiply 2 exponents, meaning a to the exponent 1 times 2, which is 2. And then you have b to the exponent 3 times 2, which is 6. Can you see there, Manahel?
Yes, sir.
And then you have this part. Now you forgot to apply it, Manahel. You see here, you have invisible -1 there. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you need to put it inside the brackets and say -1, you square it, and then you have your b, that times that, that's where you get the 6. So if you get your first step correct, then everything going down, it should be correct. Can you see there, Manahel?
Yes, sir.
Then you can now say, okay, you have that negative invisible 1 there, which is going to multiply. And you can just say your a squared, and then you have your b squared, and then that is multiplying your b to the 6, that is multiplying. What is this, Manahil? Is it -1 or is it 1? In brackets, -1 squared, what is it?
It's 1.
It's 1. So that means you have 1 multiplying again b times 6. So you have this one multiplying that negative, what is it? -1 times 1. And then you have your a squared. And then you have your b. This is therefore 2 that you plus it by 6. You plus it by another 6. Gives you -1. A squared, B is it 14, 12, 13, 14. This should be the end of it, Manahil. I'm not sure if all that I've explained there makes sense, Manahil. You tell me, does it make sense? Everything that I've explained.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you notice your mistakes?
Yes.
Okay, then it's fine. We will therefore move on to the next problem. Maybe let me rotate this so that I can see what I've rotated up there. Oh, it won't rotate unless I do this. Okay. Okay, no, then it's fine. I'll do the next Okay, there's the problem that you need to quickly work on, Manahil. Number 10. Can you see that number 10? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, quickly work on number 10, and then you will let me know when you are done with that one. Manahil, are you still working on it?
Yes, sir. I'm a bit confused with this one.
Okay, let's see. Which part is confusing?
I don't know if my steps are correct.
Okay, maybe let's see. What did you write?
I um I first minus no divided the negative 10 by the negative 8, and
Hmm.
then I wrote x um x to the power of 1 minus 3,
-3, okay.
and I wrote y to the power of 3 minus 1,
Okay,
and then I got 1 comma 5 x to the power of negative 2, and y to the power of 2.
okay.
So it's not 1 comma 5, it's 1 comma 2 5.
1,25, okay.
And that's where I stopped.
Okay. But it's not done because you have a negative exponent. You see there?
Yes.
Yes, you need to rewrite it as a positive exponent. You remember, you said you prefer this method. You will do this method, but in the end, you'll remember to rewrite it as a positive exponent. Manahil,
Yes, sir.
not, not that is incorrect. Um, I think there is something that I need to quickly show you, Manahil, so that you'll remember that on this topic, we don't write it as a decimal. So let's see. What is that? Okay, let's say that negative cancels with that one. Do you agree, Manahil?
Yes, sir.
Yes, then it is that one where you say 2 goes how many times into a 10? It goes 5 times. How many times does it go into 8? It goes 4 times.
4 times.
Then, yes, then you can now continue to say, you remember for me, Manahil, I said because y has a bigger exponent, it will be the one remaining at the top being 3 minus that one. And then because this x at the bottom is the one that has a bigger exponent, then it will then mean it remains, and then that one with a smaller exponent goes in there. Then you just have your 5y to the 2 over 4x to the 2. Then this is the end of it. Can you see, Manahil? Or did I lose you, Manahil?
No, sir.
So if we had to do it the way you prefer, that means we will still say, but this part of 5 over 4, does it make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. Then it means we have x to the exponent of 1 minus 3 multiplying y to the exponent of 3 minus 1. So that means you have 5 over 4 as your coefficient. Then you have x negative 2 y 2. So you see, this is the one that is a negative, which you need to rewrite it as a positive. Then whatever that is positive, it remains at the top. And then what was negative, you rewrite it at the bottom as positive. Then this is the end of it. Can you see, Manahil?
Yes, sir.
Now it makes perfect sense, nay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. What else are we going to do? There is again, where's that problem? Okay, yes, there is this problem, Manahil, that you will need to quickly work it out. So number 11, can you now work on that number 11?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. You can quickly work on it. As soon as you are done, then you will let me know.
Sir, I think my answer is incorrect.
You are not confident with your answer.
Yes, sir.
Uh, okay, maybe let's see. Let's see how you have worked it out. Okay. How did you work it out, Manahil?
I first said, I first worked out the brackets, and I said four, 4 times x to the power of 10 times y to the power of 12.
Wait. Okay, let me do this. Wait, so you said, what did you say?
I said I first worked out the brackets, and I said 4 times x to the power of 10 times y to the power of 12.
4x to the power of 10, y to the power of 12. Okay.
And then I wrote 4x to the power of um
Go on.
4x y to the power of
Okay, let me quickly do this. I'll be back just now, Manahil. Okay. Manahil, sorry about that. Let's see. So let's start on this part, Manahil. What did you do on the denominator?
I wrote 4x to the power of 3 and y and 4 to y to the power of 12.
Okay. From there, you would be able to work it out. But why are you having 4 there, Manahil? It's more like I'm saying, you know what makes it wrong, Manahil? It's when you skip the steps. So you need to rewrite it without skipping the steps, which means write it as -2 squared. Then say x 5 times 2, then say y 6 times 2. Can you see what I'm doing there, Manahil?
Yes, sir.
Then, even that 4, you will say 4 to the 3, just like at the top you said a -2 that. So you have 1 times 3, and then you have 4 times 3. Can you see what I'm doing there, Manahil? Then that's where you get the 4, that's where you get the 10, that's where you get the 12. And then this to the that. What is that one, Manahil? What is 4 to the 3?
12.
4 to the exponent 3 is 12. No, it can't be. It can't
Oh,
be.
sorry. 4 to the power of 3 equals 64.
Give 64. Then you have x to the 3, y to the 12. Then now you can easily work it out where you do one of that over that. It gives you a whatever answer, then you can say x to the exponent of 10 minus 3, y 12 minus 12. Then you just punch that 4 over 6. It gives you 64. Then you have x to the 7, y to the 0. And then whatever that gives you when you punch that one, it gives you 1. And then this should be the end of it. Can you see there, Manahil?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then this is the end of it, honorable member. I'm not sure if everything made sense.
Yes, sir. I'm starting to understand now.
Yes, 100%. Okay, then it's fine, Manahil. Let me prepare for my next lesson. We'll just leave it here for today. Your next lesson will be with ma'am. We will communicate accordingly via WhatsApp. Nay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have a nice day, Manahil. Until we meet again.